free once you get up past Peachtree, Pine Street, and the Varsity. We've had trouble on 285 in DeKalb County, Sydney Darden.
Yeah, something is sitting in the center lane, maybe two center lanes at this point. I-285 southbound there on the inner loop right before exit 38 to Lawrenceville Highway. It's causing you really bad delays as you leave Spaghetti Junction. It's going to have you on that brake pedal as soon as you merge on there from 85. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Hey, it's Scott Slade from My Roofer, FGA Roofing. Is your roof starting to show its age? It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It happens. Taking on all that nature can throw at it year after year. Well, the good news is you're not stuck with a worn, outdated look on your home. If your home's exterior could use an upgrade, or maybe one of your neighbor's designer roofs has caught your eye, now is the perfect time to check out FGA Roofing for the latest in architectural shingles, timberline shingles, much more, slate, tile, wood shake, and of course asphalt shingles. FGA has them all. A new designer roof can be an instant eye-appeal update for your home that'll last for many years, and your timing is terrific. FGA Roofing can be at your home the next day for a no obligation quote and get your job finished in 2 weeks in most cases. FGA Roofing offers 0% financing for 12 months with your good credit. And for a limited time, get $1,000 off your final quote if you mention you heard about FGA Roofing from Scott Slade. Just search FGA Roofing. That's FGA Roofing.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
Did you know there's money hidden in your yard? Really? Truly? Water furnace heat pumps actually pull the energy stored in the ground and turn it into free, renewable energy to keep your home comfortable in every climate. A water furnace geothermal system can save you up to 70% on your heating, cooling, and hot water costs. 70% off your utility bills. It's the only type of system that will pay you back. Most homeowners with water furnace geothermal save more on monthly bills than they actually pay for the system when installation costs are financed. See how much you can save by visiting our savings calculator at waterfurnace.com. Now, are you ready for the bonus? A 30% federal tax credit for residential ground source heat pump installations has been extended through 2032. More money back to you. Save up to 70% on your heating, cooling, and hot water costs with Water Furnace. Take 5 minutes to check it out at waterfurnace.com/ATL and then start saving.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
It is 6 o'clock. Good evening. I'm Veronica Waters. The news this hour is brought to you by Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top local story, a fiery accident brings some Gwinnett County traffic to a halt. WSB's Alex Williams is live in the WSB 24-hour traffic center. He says it's a red alert thanks to a truck crash, Alex.
Yeah, I'm told this truck ran off the roadway into the wood line. It caught the trees, the brush, everything was on fire there. Right now, they have the fire out, but 985 southbound remains completely shut down in Buford Drive, exit 4. I can tell you now, miles before that, they're diverting traffic off at Friendship Road, exit number 8. So traffic is not going to be getting south of the Flowery Branch area for quite some time. Go ahead and head west of there. You can use Highway 13 as an alternate. Veronica?
Thank you, Alex, and stay with us. WSB Triple Team Traffic is coming your way to cover the rest of the evening commute. It's now 65 degrees in Midtown Atlanta. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards says expect a chilly low tonight in the low 40s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return. What's the rest of your work week like? Well, Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast is just minutes away. Gwinnett County Sheriff's deputies, hand in hand with the Gwinnett Metro Task Force, dismantle a major drug operation. A DEA tip about a marijuana delivery led investigators to a Duluth storage facility, and there they arrested 2 people, Yanni Wu and Hayam Kwa, on trafficking charges. Searches at that storage unit and at a Duluth hotel find 153 pounds of marijuana and more than $20,000 in cash. The state Senate advances a bill dubbed Georgia's Doge.
The Red Tape Rollback Act requires agencies get rid of outdated rules every 4 years, and if an assessment finds that a new rule or regulation will cost the state more than $1 million, lawmakers will have to approve it. Democrats say the bill plays on people's fear and distrust of government. Republican sponsor Senator Greg Dolezal says it's good for lawmakers to be more involved.
I think our constituents expect us to do a lot more than just come down here and pass a bunch of new laws.
Supporters say the legislation will help businesses in the state. The measure now goes to the House. From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Another about-face firing and rehiring in the federal government. The FDA is calling back some of the hundreds of staffers who got pink slips just about a week ago. Lisa Dwyer reports most of them review medical devices.
The reversal is the latest example of President Donald Trump and billionaire Elon Musk's chaotic approach to cost cutting, which has resulted in several agencies firing and then scrambling to rehire employees responsible for nuclear weapons, national parks, and other government services.
The callback comes because corporate lobbyists said the layoffs could hurt their industries. All new this hour, Chinese researchers say they have discovered a new bat coronavirus. The paper published Friday in the journal Cell indicates the coronavirus could have the potential to infect humans. Now, the CDC says today that this new coronavirus is currently not a cause for concern. There is no reason to believe, they say, that the virus poses a threat to public health at the moment. No infections have been detected in humans. A Clayton County firefighter is off the job after police in Sonoya arrest him for a domestic incident. 41-year-old Jeremiah Michael Almond is accused of grabbing his wife's arm and phone during an argument and threatening the bank where she works in Noonan. They had to shut it down while police did a security sweep. Almond resigned after being charged with felony crimes. NBC Nightly News anchor Lester Holt is stepping down. The 65-year-old is the anchor and managing editor of the show. He says he's stepping away from the broadcast at the beginning of the summer. Holt has been anchoring the show for 10 years, and the network says he will continue his duties anchoring Dateline. The Federal Home Loan Bank of Atlanta announces $60 million in grants to help folks in Georgia buy a house.
The funding helps with down payments, closing costs, and home repairs. The grants are being offered through the Affordable Housing Program. Tamika Strickland is with the Federal Home Loan Bank. She says last year they gave out millions to 4,000 individuals.
We do anticipate between 3,000 to 4,000 individuals in 2025.
She says there are a number of programs available for first-time buyers, community partners like healthcare workers and police officers. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
It is 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. But first, it's time for WSB Triple Team Traffic. Alex Williams is watching a really busy commute out there this Monday night.
Yeah, not a good situation here in northern Gwinnett County, Veronica. The red alert continues. 985 southbound. Truck ran off the road, caught fire, caught the woods on fire, so the entire 985 southbound is shut down at Buford Drive, exit 4. They've begun diverting traffic back at exit 8. That's Friendship Road. Take that to the west, and you can hop on Highway 13 to use that as an alternate. It's also caused northbound onlooker delays where police have been in and out of the left lane at Buford Drive, so that's why you're slow leaving 85. Again, use Highway 13, Buford Highway as an alternate there. We've also had trouble in DeKalb County. It's been in a second right lane, 285 southbound. The inner loop at Highway 29, Lawrenceville Highway, exit 38. You're jammed up as you leave I-85 Spaghetti Junction. A new travel advisory on the south side, Sydney Darden.
Yeah, it's I-75 northbound right near Jodico Road. 2 left lanes knocked out there right as you're approaching exit 222, causing you delays that start way back through McDonough. Just be ready at that brake pedal, or you may consider getting off and using Highway 23 instead. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
And now, Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official heating of winter. Here's WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clear and cool tonight as temperatures fall into the upper 30s, low 40s tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny, high 68. Wednesday, the warmest day this week. Morning low 43, afternoon high 72. That's trending about 10 10 degrees above average. However, a cold front moves in on Thursday. Cloudy skies with some hit or miss rain showers, highs in the mid-60s. Cooling down to the upper 50s, low 60s on Friday afternoon, but temperatures bouncing back up into the mid to upper 60s by next weekend.
Let's bounce around the metro and look at some of these temperatures. We're seeing 65 degrees right now in Mableton. It's 66 in Morrow and 65 degrees right now in Midtown Atlanta at 6:06. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. And I got an email from the Word Smarts people today. And I'll tell you this, excuse me, I learned a lot, a whole hell of a lot about the word nonplussed. But I don't want to leave out my good friend as we talk about this interesting subject, so let's do this.
He's a misanthrope, he has a dark heart, and he needs a good psychiatrist. New York. It's Greg Russ with stories from Studio B1.
A Monday edition. Monday edition. I don't know if you're as fascinated by the word nonplussed as I am.
I'm
Greg Russ.
nonplussed about this.
Here's the thing, you're not. So some things about nonplussed I learned today. One of them is that there's no opposite. You can be nonplussed, but there's no being plussed. It turns out there's a lot of words like that. One of them we actually didn't get wrong, but didn't know was new. Remember, our word of the day one time was gruntled. And the reason I picked it was because everybody thinks disgruntled, which means you're unhappy. Gruntled means you're happy. But it turns out that's really, like, gruntled got made up somewhere in like the 1950s as a response because they wanted something besides an opposite to disgruntled. There is no opposite.
I think gruntled alone sounds like the definition of disgruntled.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. But it does have it. If you can find it in the dictionary now, gruntled, but it just got there relatively recently because people felt like there should be some opposite.
Isn't nonchalance like that too? There's no chalance.
There's no chalance. But also, here's the other thing about nonplussed. It doesn't mean today what it meant through most of history. It got changed in the 1960s. Nonplussed used to mean that you're so startled and surprised by a piece of information that you don't know how to respond. You're so rattled that you don't know how to respond. And somewhere in the 1960s, we just changed nonplussed to having no reaction whatsoever to new information or something somebody's telling you. So how about that?
When I said I was feeling nonplussed over you wanting to talk about nonplussed, my feeling was I don't know how to react to this.
Oh, I don't think so.
Surprised.
I think you were going. I think you thought. I don't believe you. You're making that up in reverse.
I promise.
You're reverse engineering that idea is what you're doing. That's what I believe. Just because you always have to be correct. Is that it, Greg Russ? Is that it? Can't admit that you just
I
learned
always
something.
Admit when I'm wrong. By default, I just assume that I'm wrong.
I admit that I'm wrong about things that I know I'm right about. I just think it's a good practice every once in a while to just admit you're wrong, even when you know you're right. I also think it's a good idea every once in a while. Just if something goes wrong with your team or whatever, and it's not your fault, just take responsibility every once in a while. Just good. Every once in a while, just kind of step in and go, yeah, that's on me, even though you know it's Autumn's fault. Step in and be a man.
Right.
Because she can't. She's a woman. So
that's what a leader does.
That's what a leader does.
She can
you
if she
fancy
wants.
yourself the captain of the ship.
That's right. Greg Russ, you are supposedly, you come armed with stories from Studio B1. Maybe we could test that concept. By the way, there was a story that we didn't get to, I just saw on your computer, which is an interesting one. The robot umps.
Yeah. They're testing those out in spring training. They've been using it in the minor leagues for a couple of years now.
Yeah, and so it turns out that I'll just bring this up that you only get starting this year. Is it just in spring training?
Just in spring training.
Okay, so in spring training, a batter or a pitcher is allowed to challenge the strike zone if they think that the ump got it wrong, and then they show it on the big board. And so it's like kind of humiliating for the batter to see that how absolutely wrong they were. You only get 2 per game. And managers and coaches have realized don't do it early because you might need it later. That seems obvious. But what they've all told their pitchers is, don't challenge. You guys are the worst. Pitchers are absolutely, apparently, the worst at knowing exactly what the strike zone is. So, interesting.
Are they used in conjunction with regular umpires?
Yeah, I guess. It's kind of like tennis, right? Tennis you can challenge, right? And
well,
then they show
grade
it. They
the
show
umpires. After every game, they'll compare the,
with the
robot umpires and how many strikes and balls they got correct and what they missed, and the umpires are supposed to get better because of it. But, they've got these
Why do we need
egos.
them? I mean, I know you need them on base and in the field, but to call balls and strikes, the machine's never wrong. So why not just use the machine? Everybody's like, well, you want the human element. So you're saying you want it to be wrong every once in a while.
Yeah, you get people like Angel Hernandez, who I've brought up multiple times, who has a very inconsistent strike zone.
Right.
And
so why do you want
comes
that?
after the Braves.
Why do you want
Part
that?
of the game, Eric. All those Braves pitchers in the 90s, they wouldn't have been as good if the robot umpire was behind the plate.
Yeah. But over time, we'll get better pitchers because they will be getting absolute real-time, exactly where the ball went information that they can use as film.
Who's the mom going to yell at, though, when they get really mad at the robot umpire? I'm used to the moms yelling at
It's
the
not gonna
umpire.
it's not going to make its way down to Little League. Although, with all the abuse that those umpires take, that's where you need to start them.
My
Get
buddy
the robot
did that for a little while.
I did it too. I threw parents out of the ballpark. I made them leave because they were yelling at me, yelling at their kid.
Well, and you're lucky.
Would do that. You don't get paid, right?
I got paid.
You get,
how much?
$20 a game.
Yeah, this is
good.
cool for a teenager, right?
Oh yeah,
I thought.
So
cigarettes.
You can go get some cigarettes. And
Coke.
A little Boone's Farm.
No, I didn't drink that, but I would have.
So, yeah, I think it should just be. You just don't need it anymore. There's no reason to have a guy behind the plate. And when you say we need the human element, you're just saying they should get it wrong every once in a while. It's part of the game. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Can the robot sweep the plate, though? You know how the umpire does that so
there
nicely.
is that.
See?
They have a Roomba.
Yes, they have the Mars rover. Mars rover. If they've got that thing, they can sweep a plate here on Earth.
Tending to the plate at all times. I'm sure that could become the ball boy's problem or something.
I like doing that, though, because you pull it out. You have the little brush in your back pocket.
You bend over, put your big umpire butt up in the air. They always you see, you live in a different time because umpires used to all be fat. They used to all be
the home plate especially
home plate until that guy died on opening day, that really big guy. What was that, like 89 or 90 or what?
Around there, I remember
it was back when opening day was just with the Reds before they changed that. So it was that day before the full opening day, and I think it was at Cincinnati. And the guy, it was a hot day, and he just had a heart attack and died right there. And that's kind of when umpires started looking around and going, maybe we shouldn't weigh 400 pounds. I don't know why, but when I was growing up, guys behind the plate.
And that one guy,
they just put you there because you were fat? Like, you know what? You belong behind the plate.
Well, that one guy that was famous, I wish I could remember his name. I could see it. But they would be in the beer commercials.
Right.
Because they were outlandish.
Yeah, because they would yell, and they would get in fights.
Right. Earl Weaver. Orioles manager.
But that's an odd thing that umps used to be really, really huge.
But they don't move. So you think about a basketball ref, they're running up and down the court.
Yeah.
Same with a soccer referee. Even NFL refs move more than baseball.
NFL refs move quite a bit. And then that one guy, was it Ed Hockley? He was the first one.
He was swole.
He was the first one. He wasn't always.
Ed Hercules.
He was a ref for a long time.
His son's following his footsteps.
No, I know, he knows.
Too.
But he was the first one to realize, because he was the main ref, so he would be speaking into the microphone, and he just want to realize I'm on TV and millions of people are looking at me. So he hit the gym and got all swole, and now they're all kind of like that in the NFL. It's weird that they could have been out of shape for so long. It's a lot of running to be a ref in the NFL.
And then in hockey, you got to be able to ice skate.
Those guys are ex-players. Usually.
Are they?
I mean,
Yeah,
they
I
played
feel
in
like
high school or college.
I feel like they're pretty tough.
They have to be. Although that's the part of hockey that I've always felt like it holds it back. I know it's exciting, but there's this whole thing that happens when the fight starts where for like a minute or so there, it's like wrestling where the refs kind of act like there's nothing they can do about it. And it's kind of allowed to continue for entertainment purposes for the crowd. And that's exciting when you're at a game, but I think it keeps hockey from being a solid sport in America. Like, if they're not getting in fights in the NFL every play, there's no reason that anybody should be getting in fights except every once in a while in any league. So the fact that they happen continually in the NHL, like wrestling, there's an agreement with how that is refereed for entertainment purposes, and I think it holds the sport back. But they couldn't change because a lot of people who love the sport, if you took the fighting out of it, they'd go.
Yeah, they'd
so
hate
you
it.
can't build on it.
Could you imagine if
Blood bounces on the ice. It's cool.
What is it?
Blood bounces on the ice.
Isn't that cool to look at? And,
Yeah,
and now with the big screens, they can really show it to you in slow motion.
Slow-mo.
There it is.
Look at that blood.
Could you imagine if the
Who thought the jugular vein could produce so much?
If the NFL had a power play, that would be wild, though. Could you imagine, like, where you get the extra player or the other team's down a player? Because hockey, that's what makes it so unique is when you get in the fight, especially if they've determined that you are the instigator. You get
Well, now you
pulled
gotta
out
lose- yeah.
in the penalty box. Imagine the NFL if, like, oh, the team's down, the Falcons are down to 10 players, the Saints have
Yeah,
11
but see,
players.
the NFL, they're not playing games. They don't want fighting, so they just kick you out of the game. And then you get, and then it costs you $50,000. That's my point. Everyone knows that the NHL could create rules that say this doesn't happen. But like I say, and I think if they did that, they'd be more legitimate over time. But if they took the fighting out, they'd lose a lot of the base that they have now. In which I would say, if you're going to see a fight, if you're not going to UFC or boxing, then you're not going to a real sport. You shouldn't be going to another sport to see fights. If you want to see a fight, go to a fight. You can't say boxing isn't a real sport. It is. You can't say UFC isn't a real sport. But if your sport needs fighting in order to be loved, then what are you? But you're not a fighter. So it's kind of,
Fighting light.
It's fighting light. It says that our sport isn't compelling enough without it. I guess that's my point. No one's going to love this and watch this all the time if we don't have two goons pretend to beat each other up once every two or three
Pretend.
games.
How dare you? It's not.
Yeah, there's protocols.
Well, they do it to keep other players in check and
Yeah.
to stop the excessive violence.
Well, the idea that you have goons that aren't there for their skills, but they're just to fight. You see, you don't need that if you have real referees who have
It's
rules
not
and
like the
you get in
70s.
trouble for fighting.
It's not like the 70s anymore, though, where you really did have lines of dudes who came out just
Yeah.
to fight.
Yeah. No, it's a little, I think after Wayne Gretzky, they classed it up a little bit. Alex Williams says 985 is at a standstill in Gwinnett.
All due to this ongoing traffic red alert. 985 southbound completely shut down. Buford Drive, exit number 4. Looks like the tractor trailer lost his back wheels and kept going down the interstate. Ended up catching the brush on fire. They're trying to clean everything up. Luckily, the fire is out, but nonetheless, 985 south completely shut down there at Buford Drive. Trying to divert traffic back at Spout Springs Road, but that's been a struggle. Go ahead, use Highway 13 as an alternate. We also have a new crash in DeKalb County. DOT says that's in a left lane, 20 eastbound before Panola Road, exit 71. Also got trouble down on the south side in Henry County. Sydney Darden.
Yeah, that travel advisory still there. I-75 northbound right before Jodico Road, exit 222, sitting in 2 left lanes, causing you real delays through McDonough. My advice, you can always just get off at Highway 155 and use Highway 42 to get around it. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
The morning rush hour.
Jam-packed bumper to bumper.
Evening rush hour.
All lanes are shut down.
And everything in between.
Crash still on the right lane, 85 northbound Hamilton.
Tune in 24/7 with the Triple Team Traffic Center.
Slow beginning at Piedmont Avenue, 75 South Slow.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic. Brought to you by the Coolray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
When insurance companies play games, the strong arm wins. Hey, it's Smiley Mark McKay. Hurt in a wreck? The insurance companies will toy with you and try to pay you the least amount possible. John Foy knows how to beat them at their own game. Zero upfront cost. JohnFoy.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-575-2798.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-2798. That's 800-575-2798. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Does it seem like it's getting louder and louder? Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. That noise is your garage door crying for help. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. Our highly trained technicians provide 24/7 service, upfront pricing, and free estimates. We service all major brands. Our products are warranted, and our work is guaranteed. We will treat you like our only customer. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.com.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or CVS. That's new, NORDICUSA.com or CVS.
All right, we're 22 minutes into your latest appearance. How about a story from Studio B1, Greg Russ?
Yeah, Justin Bieber's fans are worried about him because there's been a lot of pictures of him in public looking gaunt and tired, and the assumption is he's using hard drugs, and his team had to come out and say, this isn't happening. Bieb's not using drugs.
Well, he did have a drug problem, he said, before, and now all of a sudden he does look gaunt every time he goes out. Now, he's also had these other health issues. Remember his eye wouldn't close, and he had almost like a palsy in his face or something a couple of years ago.
Did he have Bell's palsy or something?
No, it wasn't Bell's palsy. It was something else that was some sort of motor condition. I can't remember.
Bell's palsy.
That's exactly what it was.
He also unfollowed his wife.
Ryan Johnson palsy. They call it.
He unfollowed his wife, Hailey Bieber, last week, too. So that was.
Yeah, but then he followed her again.
Oh, did he refollow her?
He says
okay.
he says his account got hacked.
Okay.
Oh, like Joy Reid.
It's always that.
Is that even possible to hack somebody's X account or Twitter account? Is that even possible?
It happened to Joy Reid. Somebody with a time machine went back 10 years ago.
That's
and put
right.
A bunch of anti-gay stuff.
That doesn't represent what she ever believed, right?
Right.
Somebody hacked. Yeah, she said it was a hack, and then she had every time somebody says it's a hack, they have to finally kind of like own up to it. Who was it? That Weiner guy. He said it was.
Oh, Anthony Weiner.
He said it was. He said it was hacked at first.
Carlos Danger.
Yeah.
Oh, it's always the go-to. It was hacked.
Yeah,
Look, Justin had a very transformative year. He got rid of some old friends, some business partners, people who didn't serve him anymore, and it's probably just been tough on him.
You had a
because he's
baby?
realizing I'm 30, I'm getting older. You know, I survived the Anne Frank Museum incident.
How about I survived the P. Diddy incident?
Diddy's in jail. He's safe now.
I think he's worried that he's going to be called to testify in this thing.
I bet he would.
Well, you'd have to if he.
No, I mean, I bet
subpoenaed.
he knows stuff, and he's.
Well, he does know stuff, but then the question is going to be for him. Well, if you knew this stuff all these years, why didn't you ever say anything? That's what's going to happen to any of these celebrities who end up, having to tell the truth in a court of law.
Well, he was a kid then, right? So
yeah, if these allegations are true, which by the way, we do have to stand up and every once in a while remind people that P. Diddy is innocent until proven guilty. But if these things turn out to be true, yeah, he was a little kid, but he may have witnessed an awful lot of stuff that he's kept to himself over the years that could have incriminated Diddy. And so there's going to be questions for all of these celebrities who end up being compelled to tell the truth on the stand, saying, yeah, I knew this was going on. I knew, and some of them are probably pretty famous. So it's going to be, all of a sudden you're like Giselle Maxwell. Where it's like, hey, you may not be
Ghislaine?
Ghislaine. Is it Ghislaine?
Yeah.
She's part of it. She's not the main worst villain in it.
She certainly knew, though.
But, yeah, she more than knew she was setting things up. Now, Bieber's not in that situation, but a lot of these celebrities are worried about what their public perception is going to become by people once they find out that they've been sitting on this knowledge for the last 15 years. Alex Williams says there's still a red alert on 985 in Gwinnett.
Yeah, still trying to clean up this crash and this tractor trailer fire. 985 southbound completely shut down. Buford Drive, exit 4. They're trying to divert traffic off back at Friendship Road, exit number 8. Best alternate is to go west of there. Last chance to exit is about Springs Road, exit 12. And you can use Highway 13 as an alternate. Elsewhere, 985 northbound also slowing with onlooker delays. That's why you're seeing the brake lights leaving I-85, although all lanes are open there. And we're seeing the new slow zone. Going to see if anything new's cooking. 85 southbound around Indian Trail Road. Few trouble spots in DeKalb County. Sydney Darden.
Yeah, quite a few actually. The newest one we just learned about, I-285 northbound. They're on the outer loop right before exit 46 to get onto I-20, and then once you're on I-20, we've got more trouble. I-20 eastbound there near Panola Road. That's slowing you down back towards Wesley Chapel. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
New investigations break on Channel 2 Action News. We get problems solved, plain and simple. Every day we follow the facts.
Started digging, only to find...
Getting you the answers you need now.
We have live. Team 2 coverage.
Channel 2 never stops advocating for you.
An investigation regarding your tax dollars.
We're more than just Atlanta's news.
A warning for consumers regarding...
We've got your back all over North Georgia. See what's new, live every day at 4, 5, and 6 on Channel 2 Action News.
Ready to transform your outdoor living space? Welcome to SPF Screens and Awnings, the experts in outdoor screen and shade products proudly serving Atlanta. At SPF, we tailor solutions just for you. With our custom-built screens and awnings, you choose the material, color, and design to match your style. Looking for comfort and privacy? Our motorized screens keep the bugs and sun out while allowing the breeze in with the click of a button. With SPF, our seamless turnaround means you'll have your products in just a few weeks. And with our 5-year warranty on hurricane screens and 10-year warranty on screens and awnings, you know you're investing in quality that lasts. We even offer flexible financing. Elevate your outdoor area today. Transform your outdoor living with SPF Screens and Awnings, where comfort meets style. For a limited time, enjoy $250 off our motorized awnings and screens. Purchase any awning and receive a free LED light upgrade to enhance your outdoor experience with a perfect ambiance day or night. Visit sunprotection.com to schedule your free consultation. That's sunprotection.com.
This is Congressman Mike Collins. In just a few short weeks, President Trump and House Republicans have worked to secure the southern border, root out government waste, and restore American energy dominance. Learn more about our efforts at collins.house.gov and let me know how I can best serve you as we turn our country around.
Paid for with official funds from the Office of Representative Mike Collins.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Start your spring cleaning early. Get an insanely clean home with Zero Res carpet and air duct cleaning. For this month only, mention me, Chris Chandler, and you'll get 3 rooms of carpet clean for $129 plus a free staircase. Book online at ZeroResAtlanta.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 6:30. I'm Veronica Waters. The news this half hour is brought to you by Mark Spain Real Estate. WSB's top local story, a traffic red alert in Gwinnett County continuing as a truck fire brings vehicles to a standstill, and it's on I-985 this hour. Alex Williams, what can you tell us is happening tonight?
Yeah, best I can tell, looks like a tractor trailer lost his back tires while driving down 985 southbound, and when that trailer was dragging, it created a lot lot of sparks that caught the brush on fire on 985 southbound. But bottom line, they got the entire interstate of 985 southbound shut down at Buford Drive, exit number 4. Traffic now being diverted back at Friendship Road, exit 8 in the Flowery Branch area. You might want to think about, or you really need to think about, using Highway 13. That's going to be your best alternate. Some northbound onlooker delays, but if you're leaving 85, coming up 985 north, none of those lanes are blocked, just slow volume there. Veronica?
Thank you, Alex. Be sure to stay with WSB as WSB Triple Team Traffic continues to navigate you through your commute home. In a largely party line vote, the Georgia Senate moves to advance a bill that some are calling Georgia's DOGE. This red tape rollback act would require a thorough review of state regulations and would give more rulemaking say to lawmakers. Bill's sponsor is Senator Greg Dolezal.
The American public in general recognizes that having lawmakers with a seat at the table in the rulemaking process is probably a good idea.
But Democrats are pushing back on this measure. They say it amounts to government overreach, and it's playing on people's distrust and fear of government. The bill is now being taken up by the House. Also from under the Gold Dome, as the number of warehouses and fulfillment centers continues to grow, some state lawmakers are moving to protect workers.
The Georgia Warehouse Workplace Protection Act would curb how much emphasis companies could place on work speed quotas, and it would also mandate paid rest breaks, water stations, and ensure warehouses have proper heat and AC. Representative Kim Schofield is the bill's sponsor and says it's critical for workers' rights.
It's about creating a safe and healthy workplace for working Georgians. Do we not all want that?
Several other states have moved to put similar laws in place to protect warehouse workers. From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
All new this hour, Chinese researchers say they have discovered a new bat coronavirus. The paper published Friday in the journal Cell indicates this novel coronavirus could have the potential to infect humans. It enters cells the same way that COVID-19 does. Now, the CDC says today that this new coronavirus found in bats is currently not a cause for concern. They say there's no reason to believe the virus poses a threat to public health at the moment, as no infections have been detected so far in humans. Neither COVID nor its vaccine caused an increase in young athletes dying suddenly from heart disease during the pandemic. This is according to a new 6-year study published in JAMA Network Open. It finds there were 203 heart-related deaths before the pandemic, 184 deaths during. Claims spread on social media that young athletes were dying from heart issues as a result of the vaccine. Researchers say this study does not support an association of COVID-19 vaccination with sudden cardiac death among previously healthy young people. With an estimated 27 million birds lost to bird flu, egg prices continue to fly up. The average grocery store price is at about $5 a dozen, and wholesale prices are at $8.07 average. This woman is shocked by what she is paying.
I was literally shocked to see the dozen of eggs at $9.26.
And if you wanted steak and eggs, heads up, the price of beef is now also on the rise. The industry says drought and high operating costs are putting the cattle supply at a low. Home prices. Buying a home in America is not cheap, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. Bankrate analyst Jeff Ostrowski says the national median price for a starter home is $400,000.
If you're going to afford a $400,000 house at the 7% interest rate, you're going to need to make north of $110,000.
He says rates are stubbornly high right now, about 7%. According to Realtor.com, the average home price this year in Metro Atlanta is around $390,000. It's 6:34, time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. WSB Triple Team Traffic resumes once more with Alex Williams.
Yeah, red alert continues. 985 southbound completely shut down at Buford Drive, exit 4, with this truck crash and fire cleanup, and they're just now letting the left lane by. That's only to get the backed up traffic out of there. Traffic is still shut down and diverted back around Friendship Road, exit number 8. Best alternate's going to use Highway 13 as an alternate for that. Earlier crash still in the left lane into cab. I-20 eastbound, Panola Road, exit 71. You're stacked up, leaving 285 the east side perimeter. And some better news in Henry County. Crash cleared, all lanes open. 75 northbound, Jodico Road, exit 222. Just waiting on those delays to improve out of McDonough, leaving Highway 155. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast. Here is WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clear and cool tonight as temperatures fall into the upper 30s, low 40s tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny, high 68. Wednesday, the warmest day this week. Morning low 43, afternoon high 72. That's trending about 10 degrees above average. However, a cold front moves in on Thursday. Cloudy skies with some hit or miss rain showers, highs in the mid 60s. Cooling down to the upper 50s, low 60s on Friday afternoon, but temperatures bouncing back up into the mid to upper 60s by next weekend.
Right now, we are seeing 61 degrees in Powder Springs. It's 62 degrees in Peachtree Corners and 63 degrees in Midtown Atlanta at 6:35. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. I've trusted America's Best Choice for window replacement for more than a decade. I've watched this company expand to include many different services, but all done with the same high standards they've had from the very first day we met. They've earned my certification for not only replacement windows, but for siding, decks, awnings, and fencing, all done with honest upfront pricing. Plus, ABC's 3-way warranty includes my $10,000 Make It Right guarantee, meaning you'll never risk your spend with America's Best Choice.
Transform your home with America's Best Choice, where quality meets affordability. For a limited time, get the best quality windows starting at just $299. Plus, act now and save 10% on all new decks. Imagine the possibilities with our highly skilled professional crews. And that's not all. Enjoy great pricing on siding, roofing, fencing, motorized awnings, and more. Don't wait. Go to abcwin.com and schedule your free consultation. America's Best Choice. Quality you can trust, prices you can afford.
Imagine this. It's 10 o'clock and time to go to bed. Scary, right? It might be, especially if you fear the chance of an accidental leakage and skin irritation. Well, if that's the case, you need to try Tena Sensitive Care Overnight Pads. Its skin comfort formula acts as a barrier to help protect your skin and provides triple protection against leaks, odor, and wetness, helping you feel secure throughout the night. With Tena Overnight Pads, your nights will be smoother and your days brighter. Try them now and have a smooth night.
Don't let a DUI conviction cost you your career. Get the DUI lawyer, GeorgeStein.com.
When it comes to beautiful, they wrote the book. Siding, paint, windows, and doors gives your home a brand new look.
At Superior Pro, we use the highest quality materials and the best techniques in windows, siding, painting, doors, and more. Plus, all our projects come with an extended labor warranty. Visit SuperiorPro.com for a free in-home design consultation.
Superior Pro, the pros to know.
Yeah, those must be guests for Shelley Winter.
Oh, you don't have very many members of Congress on
Yeah, but people who show up in suits and ties at 6:30, that probably not going to be on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
They're going to rip you from behind that microphone, huh?
Yeah. Well, no, they'll wait for Shelley, but everybody.
Get out of the way! I got important people here. What you call it from the house?
That's right. What you call it's on the show tonight.
404.
I never remember the number. I can't.
872 we don't say it.
0750. Whatchamacallit?
404. Whatchamacallit? Just type that in the thing.
872-0750 or 1-800-WSB.
Or the open mic if you have the whatchamacallit on your phone.
The WSB radio app.
Yes.
Sorry,
Sorry,
are you
Greg.
familiar with this? The Doomsday Cat Cult. This is a show. There's a documentary.
I heard you talking about it earlier, but I cannot say I was familiar.
Is it
before I
not?
heard.
Is it not fascinating to you? Come on, we're talking about a documentary that has cult and cat lady. This is like you're
it's
hitting on
actually
all cylinders. Yes.
It's actually a standalone documentary. It's not a docu-series.
It's actually, I think it's only one, but it's this docu-series where they have different cases. So it's a series called The Curious Case of, and then they change it. And this is The Curious Case of the Doomsday Cat Cult. And it's on Discovery ID, which I don't know if I have that or not. I'll have to check.
If you have Max, I think you can watch it.
You know what I do have?
What?
I have a son who graduated computer science.
So he can figure out the
I can get any show when I need to. He has every movie and every show in the history of the world on his Plex.
What is
so it's
Plex?
okay for him to pyrite.
Is that pirate
these
Plex?
movies.
Huh?
Is Plex a pirate site?
No, not necessarily. Doesn't have
It's
to
not
be.
pirating?
No, you
Pirating.
purchase the movie,
Uh-huh.
or you can have the movie, and then you upload it onto a separate server, and then people can gain access to that
Oh,
server.
hey, I got to look
So
into
he
that.
gets
sharing. That's right. You're sharing.
Yeah, so
Well,
you're sharing.
also-
So I go to the store and
He
I
doesn't
steal
pay
some.
for them though from the beginning. And they're
Oh,
all
okay.
they're all like 4K.
Mm-hmm.
I steal some goat cheese from the store and you judge that, but your son's pirating
Yep.
a bunch of movies.
My son also, at the same time, is producing a lot for the society by working with these computer companies and creating the next thing that we're going to have. That's a good thing, right? So he's
The next way to rip off Hollywood. I like that.
he's going to he works
No,
for
no.
one of the
if
big
you're gonna
companies.
follow your logic,
No, huh? Not with my
What?
own children.
okay.
That's my logic applies to your children. It doesn't
Oh,
apply to
it
my
does.
children or
They
anybody
track this
listening.
stuff. Can you imagine how embarrassed you're going to be when the FBI comes raiding your
No,
home?
I don't have
because
access to his server.
Cash
That's
Patel
all on
did
him.
not
I'm
come
saying
in.
is if I I couldn't find for the longest time I couldn't find the old version of the movie Let It Be. It was nowhere. I just could not find it. And I told him that one day, and he jumped on my computer.
I gave
and
that to you, and you didn't
20
even look
minutes
at it.
later. No, it wasn't right. That movie had gone through a lot of different edits over the years. I wanted the one that was released in 1971, and he like within 20 minutes he had it, and so he just knows how to find.
Can you
these
get the Star Wars without all the gizmos in it?
Yes.
Nice.
Can you get E.T. with the guns? Instead
Yeah,
of the
and I think he
walkie-talkies?
can find anything that exists in this world in terms of entertainment. He can find it and have it on the.
Good. The E.T. gun cut's my favorite.
Yeah, Drew Barrymore.
I like guns. Take them out.
Is that what are you blaming it on
why that
her?
happened.
Steven Spielberg did that.
She doesn't like guns.
That's not
No,
why
it
he
was
did
because
it.
it was
there
all the
weren't-
stuff with Lucas
Yeah.
Right.
and Spielberg.
That's right, but she had him. That's why there were no guns in Charlie's Angels, which is a cop show. So 3 police women running around
Oh,
without
so you're
guns.
just mixing it up.
Oh, so they just had the.
Yeah,
so you
I
just
just
had,
said that, yeah.
You had 3 women who had no weapons, and they just did it just by beating men
Yeah,
up.
karate.
Okay, that seems.
Yeah, there were some bad babes.
Yeah, don't make fun of Drew. She
Has
had a
anyone-
birthday.
Has anyone ever?
Oh my goodness, you guys! I didn't care about that. That wasn't my fault.
Has anyone ever won a street fight with karate? I just think
If
it's
it
like
was karate only.
I just think it's BS. Like every time, I had a few friends growing up, and they were like the karate guys. Like at school, when you're on the playground, they're always like taking all those karate stances, and I always thought, wow, I don't want to mess with that guy. Twice, I saw 2 of these guys actually in a street fight, and they both got. It was
Did
just,
they
it was,
really know it?
It was. Oh, I don't know. But
Probably not.
I just feel like
It's
if you're
also
doing
not
I did
used
see
for
some
beating
dorks
people
in high
up.
school trying to fight and do karate.
what.
It's not used for beating people up.
I
Maybe
get-
they said, I respect karate, and if I really use this, I'm going to damage this guy. So it's better for me to just take this beating.
No.
Because I don't want my sensei to be disappointed in me.
That's not. I found out that one of these guys, I knew him when I was like 14. He's like been in prison since 1985. He was not somebody.
For what? Beating up a guy?
No.
Using karate.
I'm not going to say what it was. It was bad.
Damaged
But I found out later because I got in touch with somebody else through Facebook that I knew. And oh yeah, that guy. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. I feel weird that I knew him when I was 13. But yeah, I think that when you're doing karate, you have to be fighting somebody else who's doing the same thing, right?
You can defend yourself with the moves from any of those martial arts if
Yeah,
you're
but see,
an
when you're-
expert at them.
If you're just defending yourself and you're in a match and there's rules and there's a timer, then you can do that. But if you're in a street fight, you just keep defending yourself. At some point,
Well, you can also attack. I mean, if the guy you're fighting is just a brute, then you can probably take him down.
I just
But
think
you have
if-
to be skilled.
right.
Like you
I'll-
going to one karate class for a month. you're
No,
not
it's
gonna-
anecdotal. I'm just saying 2 of the people that were the karate guys when I was a teenager, I saw them both lose street fights very quickly. And when they weren't losing street fights, they were like, constantly doing their karate moves on the playground.
It wasn't
coming close to your face with their roundhouse
I think you're onto
kicks.
something, Eric. It wasn't a commissioned fight. That's why they lost.
It wasn't
It was-
commissioned. No, I'm just saying it becomes if it's a contest, okay, you're doing judo against judo. But if you just get some goon who just puts his head down and rams himself into your stomach and drives you to the ground, starts
that's when
beating
it
you in the
comes-
face, like what are you gonna do?
That's when it's good. I think there's a lot of grappling in these. With karate, part of it's mental, and if you get all panicked when somebody starts fighting you on the street, you can't remember your moves. But I feel like if you can stay calm and you are an expert, like Tim says, you probably put it to good use.
It just seems like when you see those two people fighting in their gis, like it almost looks choreographed, doesn't it? Whereas a street fight is not choreographed at all. People will pick up rocks, start throwing them at you. I mean, it's like anything goes in a street fight.
Yeah. Let them make the mistakes.
How am I supposed to use the force of a rock hitting my head against
you get out of the way.
And you would block it because your senses are so heightened.
Okay, it still hurts if it hits my wrist. It's a rock. It still hurts.
No, but you take the power of the rock coming at you and you transfer it over to the side of you.
That sounds great.
You become one with the rock.
I just
and
don't
then use the rock against
think
you.
that it works in real.
Well, that's why they do mixed martial arts. Like any of those guys you see who are practicing that, even if you're stronger than they are, they know how to grapple you down.
Well, those UFC guys, I think they can
learn
fight.
all
they
of
can
them.
fight in street fights because UFC, because it's mixed, is more like a street fight.
Right.
In a street fight, some people kick, some people don't. Some people go to take you to the ground, some people don't. So it's more like a street fight. That's what I took Richard Pryor's advice from his first movie, his first live movie.
What's his advice?
It's like if somebody starts messing with you, it's like, run!
Right, yeah.
And teach your woman how to run, so you don't have to go back and get her and get your butt whipped.
They're half the reason why these fights happen is because something gets said, and you're like, I'm so sorry. Like, I hope that this doesn't
is that
happen.
how you get out of it?
Usually, I'm always like, if something happens in previous relationships, somebody was whoever I was in the relationship at the time with would start mouthing off. And it's
You mean you're dating somebody and you're saying their ex would come in and be like,
something like that would
hey,
happen.
Hey, pretty boy.
And I would be
That's
like,
what I'd start with across the bar. I get a drink. Hey, pretty boy. Yeah, how you liking? Yeah, you know what I did with her. and then you stomp over there ready to kick his butt. But instead you go over and you resolve the conflict.
Exactly. Try to go over
Conflict
there.
resolution. You get
Problem solving.
You get real close to him and you go, look, we both know she's a bitch and she's not worth it. All right. So
gently touch his hand.
Yeah,
Come with me.
Come with me. That always happened to you, huh? Because he would walk in with that
Not always. But
stupid, good-looking face of yours and steal people's ladies away from them.
I just remember
Hi, I'm Jared.
multiple times having girlfriends that would have more fiery attitudes than me. Like, I'm just
Right.
very calm. I'm a peacemaker overall.
Go kick his ass,
Like,
Jared.
that seat's
you're like,
not
huh?
yours.
Yeah.
That's not your seat.
What are you going to do, babe?
Like
What are you going to do,
that?
babe? And I'm like, I don't care. And I'm like,
No,
are you
it's
good,
not
bro?
his seat. Come on. You talk to my
No,
boyfriend.
You think you can do that? Because you can't.
That's when you sneak out of the bar and leave her
Jared,
there.
Yeah.
are you just gonna let this happen?
Yes, I am.
You're just gonna let this happen?
I am. Yes, I am going to just let
That's
this happen.
crazy because this guy. No, like no.
Fight that guy.
All right, I
It's a
will see you
trap,
later.
though. It's a trap because then if you did fight, then she starts to cry. Stop! Stop! What are you doing?
Oh my God, no, babe.
I would just, back in my dating years, I would just turn to her and go, you don't want to watch me get beat up. That's not going to make you feel better about me.
I felt so safe with you before, and now that was scary. Like,
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I was only
Like,
with you for the
that was
sex
really
anyway. Alex Williams says there's a red alert on 985 in Gwinnett.
It continues with this crash and truck fire cleanup, 985 southbound Buford Drive, exit 4. That is going to mean using Highway 13 as an alternate. Right now, they're letting the backed up traffic through, but they're still diverting off at Friendship Road. So again, continue to use Highway 13 as an alternate. And now we're looking for new trouble reported in Midtown, impacting a right lane, 85 southbound, right around 17th Street, keeping you slow as you make the commute down from Georgia 400. Had some trouble spots along 285 and I-20 into DeKalb County. Sydney Darden.
Yeah, the first one, I-285, northbound on the outer loop right before exit 46 to get onto I-20 is a stalled vehicle knocking out one center lane, making you slow getting onto I-20. But once you're there, you're going to stay slow because we're still dealing with a crash sitting in the left lane, I-20 eastbound near Panola Road, exit 71. That's going to be a slow crawl through Stonecrest. This report is sponsored by the YMCA at Metro Atlanta. Are you ready to find what moves you? At the Y, they have something for everyone. Join today and they'll waive your joining fee. Visit ymca.org to learn more. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Tune in to Atlanta's Morning News.
Thieves target a popular gaming store.
All your latest news.
And begin to exchange gunfire with state troopers.
Weather and traffic.
Crash still on the right lane, 85 northbound Hamilton Mill.
Tomorrow starting at 5.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed a musty smell in your home? I hope not, because damp smells mean that you could have a crawl space problem. That's where AquaGuard comes in, a Groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your crawl space and get to the root cause of the problem. Schedule your free inspection at aquaguard.net/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
At Cigna Healthcare, it's not just about getting healthy, it's about staying healthy. That's why we're designing a better way to treat obesity, starting with ensuring that those who need GLP-1s have access to them. But everyone is different, so we support them in many different ways, like helping them see a nutritionist.
Keep it up. You're doing great.
When it comes to healthcare, a better experience means better outcomes for everyone. That's better by design. Learn more at Cigna.com/better.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 40% off, plus kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer. With experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
We've lowered prices. You can save 15% or more on hundreds of items like Thomas Mini Bagels, Campbell's SpaghettiOs, and more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
At Ameris Bank, we're invested in the success of your business. Our local bankers are ready to help you improve your cash flow, optimize your operating accounts, and access financing when you need it. From treasury services and digital banking to loans and lines of credit, we offer tailored solutions to help your business thrive. At Ameris Bank, we're with you. Visit amerisbank.com/withyourbusiness or walk into one of our branches today to get started. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. But don't just take our word for it. Here's Jackie and Veronica, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
Our US-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Just call or click to see how much you can save today. Because when it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com. That's 1-888-FREEDOM or consumercellular.com today. Real people paid to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
We have hardly any time here, so I guess we should just listen to that fight at the airport.
Yeah, there's that Spirit Airlines on Friday.
People, don't fly the discount airlines. Stay away from the discount airlines. It's a city bus in the sky.
Why is this even news?
How does this happen over there?
I just don't know why it's news.
Huh? Well, it was. It's quite a brawl. It was quite a brawl.
It really
yeah,
was.
but a Spirit flight not having a fight is news.
I've never been on Spirit. I've been on the one they're trying to merge with.
Hey, there's a lot of people saying that Spirit is one of the few airlines out there that hasn't had any major accident recently.
See, that's the problem. Like, I don't know what Frontier was before it turned into Frontier. So I don't know if there were problems before Frontier, but I don't think that they haven't had any major problems either.
I don't think so. Now, granted, they have a lot less flights than like the Americans, Uniteds, and Deltas, but still, I mean, when you think about it, I mean, maybe
if
you deal with something.
Your
So
danger.
Qantas hasn't either. I learned that from Rain Man.
Yeah, I know, but that was a long time ago. They still have that
Since
record
88,
going.
nothing.
They still have that record going.
I think they do.
Pretty damn good,
Well,
but I'm not
they have
getting
a
on a
koala.
plane for 20 hours anytime soon. I'm going all the way to Australia. I don't need to go to Australia.
Desert. Why would you go there?
Look, I'm sure it's a very nice place, but there's a lot of nice places I'm not going to.
It's
Many of
lovely.
them are when I have to be on a plane for 20 hours.
Very
Not gonna
underrated.
happen.
I promise you. You would love Australia.
Oh, yeah. The 40 hours getting there and back. I'm sure it's all worth it.
Don't post anything on Twitter. You're going to go to jail.
It's an entire week of work.
Oh,
40 hours to get there and back.
not for us.
Well, I don't. Not for you guys. I have to
Well, I
think
know
about
you
this
live
show
it all- I
constantly.
know.
Thank
I
you.
know.
All right. Greg Russ, thank you for joining us. Are you going to be here tomorrow or Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Oh, we're doing it on Wednesday. Okay, I look forward to that.
Making the switch.
Autumn Fisher, we wish you the best of your trivia queen night there. Have a
Thank
great
you so
night of
much.
trivia
Thank you.
out there in Crofton.
Trivia.
Yeah, whatever. She says that's what she's doing on Monday nights. I have no reason.
Drew Carey's basement.
She comes home. She comes home with a handful of cash. That's all I know. I don't ask questions.
No questions asked.
All right.
Trivia.
That music's telling us two things. Shut the hell up, get the hell out. You know us. We do what we're told. We're good like that. Shelley Winter is up next. Got State Senator John Kennedy with him. We'll be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us. But until then, continue on the journey. Don't piss off the genie.